What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. If a couple years ago you were to sit me down and say, John, I know this is going to sound weird, but in a couple years there's going to be a set and the top reprint in it will be Skill Drain, I would have laughed so freaking hard with disbelief. But here we are with Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. To be fair, Skill Drain's at 3, and this dual terminal foiling still looks awesome, but I'm still pointing and laughing at the inception of this set, and it ain't doing so hot early despite being grossly under-ordered at the vendor level. I've looked at some of the numbers versus usual orders, and you have that $15 MSRP product that just time and time again is sitting on the shelves, not doing well. Legendary Duel Season 1's barely above retail, and it's been how long? Dragons of Legend Season 1, you can still get under retail despite so many vendors saying this is gonna be big bucks. Every Dragons of Legend has been so much money, and even with singles going up out of it, you can still get it under retail for that 8 boxes of it, which isn't even a case at that point, by the way. And looking through here, I gotta say, the dual terminals, they do look very nice in terms of the rarity. You don't have dual terminal stamped on, and I think that's where a lot of money should be made. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know the future of how the cards will actually age, and a lot of dual terminal buyouts age really poorly because there's so many of those cards. Konami clearance dual terminal 1 through 4 a while back, selling them to the shops en masse, and that's why you even saw some of these buyouts. I was like, I don't think that's gonna stick, yet some of them did through that range, like dual terminal Trishula, who is still near $300, and now you can get yourself one for just $3, 1% in terms of the rarity and the look. Now it is still a Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 card, but that's why I think a lot of these cards, the singles, will age very well. And you see, YuGiOh Daily actually has a similar thought on this. They're selling the secret rares much under TCG Player, but TCG Player is quickly heating up on the ultra rares and competition over here, to where even with code WhatsGood5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly, you won't be under there. But if you are looking for any of the secret rares and you are price shopping back and forth, or you just want everything from one place, code WhatsGood5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly will work over here. And another thing I noticed is their dice bundle. The KC dice is still $20+, and Wing Karibo is a huge fan favorite. So you basically get all the other dice extremely discounted, and the Wing Karibo. I do think this one could age similarly, and taking advantage of those early vendor deals, probably a pretty good place to get it if you are in it for those. And I do love the Hidden Arsenal cards. You got the Fabled, you got the Flame Bell, you got Trish over here for the Ice Bears, Naturia, and Catastor. But again, their secret rares seem to be the best price, and these aren't promos. They are different set numbers throughout the entire set, and they're very hard to get in terms of pull rates versus other cards in the set. Now, I do think some of them are great for past formats. Formula Synchron, you have Dark Paladin Ultra Rare also for collectors. You have Night Assailant for the Goat Baboomers. You have Naturia Beast, which the dual terminal has gone to $70+. How many times? Just a bunch of great singles, and it's your guess as well as mine how these will age. Cyber Dragon, another rarity, getting ultra rare dual terminal this time. I have a DTP one of that actually somewhere buried. Then you have Naturia Exterio looking good. So many cards that are really nice looking. Again, over here on TCG Player, a lot of the prices are very good, so I would shop back and forth, but daily with tons of competitive prices that are both under and around TCG Player, so check out both. But again, the singles are where this shines, right? Like, when you look at the Dragons of Legend, it's some of the singles that spiked and went up over time. Some very obvious, like Toon Kingdom. Some not so obvious, like the Harpy Synchro. It might be obvious, too. You were like, waifu, and it's going to be played in their stack, and it's going to get hype at some point, because Harpies always get hype. Big brain, that's where people make different, profits in different sectors of the market. But yeah, I do think there is a lot of different singles that could age extremely well in here, and some of them are already up in price in terms of collectibles like Polymerization, Blue Eyes, tablet art, not one of the favorites of the community, and then Mystical Space Typhoon for like past format, also looking extremely nice in this rarity. I might have to get myself like a master set of this once prices cool down a little or something like that. Also, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily, they do have Megatons at 160. They've gone up in price a lot of places because the MSRP is up. I can't necessarily suggest that you go get these unless you're big brain. They're going to obviously do Starlights on this, the God cards. They're going to do specials of this to make up for the terrible sets inside Yana Majesty, Blazing Dumpster Fire, Lightning Underdrive. But I do feel like Konami might finally be pressured in every tens every single year break what the last tens did in some way, shape, or form. Last year it was structure deck cards, though. I don't know how it's going to go, but they've got to do something to save the tens. And if you want to pre-order there at 160, code What's Good 5 does not apply, but does support the channel directly on these. Now, they also have deals up, such as deck bundles, Starlight rares, underpriced versus the market. Some things are selling very fast on this tab and is limited quantity, so do check out their deals. Also, code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. Should work over here, though. Now, back into the not just hidden arsenal and deals news. Dot Scaper is getting bought out, and this already happened once, and it's re-spiking. This is because we finally have Heat Soul, you know, the code talker we've been waiting for, coming in Ghost from the Trash 2022, which I hope isn't trash. The description giving me mad hopium. I'm trying to calm myself down, but what we do know is that we're getting that huge upgrade to the code talker decks, and Dot Scaper has been scraped off the market. Pentastag has only one printing as a super rare out of a structure deck, and it's getting heavy targeted lately and bought out. It's still only $3 to $4, but way more than this card used to go for, and Dino OTK is one use, and you can do other funny hee ha ha things with it, but yeah, just be aware this card's going up in price. If you have it, maybe you have a little more money than you did yesterday, now being aware of that. Cyber Emergency Secret Rares are getting up in price towards the highest they've been in a while. $17 lowest price. You can see a lot of sales under that, especially near mint, but they've also been selling around that range, so it's kind of like dip up. Well, it's back on the up, and I kind of think about Master Duel and how much this gets activated on me over there, and how nice Cyber Dragons look overall. And you did have the Sidra structure deck come out, so people start to get interested in the deck once again. I do think there's a lot going for this card overall during this time, but it's not necessarily just like at the forefront of everything in the meta. Drytron's still within there, though. Just be aware this card's up in price. Small World, people keep making combos with this, like how you could search Yada Garasu if it was legal. So we're looking at this card. It's around $37, $38 at this point, which is near its all-time high. And it is selling pretty readily here, even with the price increase. Rise of the Mega Monarch once again bought out as Flunder got its new support. A lot of people have rallied around that deck. I know a small streamer, Victory Flare, is definitely doing this entire lab on the deck and really loves it. But with Rise of the Mega Monarch, it's up in price once again, and it could really use a reprint, which I do think Ghost from the Past is the first place that could offer that. But this should be one of the, we didn't have to think about this too hard. An afterthought reprint such as Buster Dragon, where it's not going to sell the set, but should permanently crash the card to a degree, rather than being a selling point. I hope that Ghost does that. Hopium. Sky Striker Ace Kaina Ultimate Rare is finally rounding back up along with all the other Sky Striker ultis and is near $50. Weird to have to keep bringing up Sky Strikers here, but still a viable deck. People hope that it gets help, especially with how Master Duel has their ban list set up for Sky Strikers. Maybe it could peel off harder. I'm just not the biggest fan of having to face this and go into time, so that's my personal taste versus, yeah, waifus and mechs going up in price, yep. And that's going to be today's Market Watch. I thought I had something else for you guys, so do check out Hidden Arsenal over on Daily, and let me know your thoughts on the set. I still think it's a failing set initially, but for the singles, I think that's where, if you make the right calls, the money will go up the fastest versus sitting on it sealed, because these products, when they did fail, have sat there at sealed poorly for a long time, but this, it could be very grossly underordered, and versus the competition early on singles, that could be where you start stockpiling and making a good bit, but you're still gambling when you're doing that. Be aware, no matter how obvious something seems to you, time money, opportunity cost, and it is a gamble to a degree when we're talking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And I really do want to hear what you think of Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. Did it surpass your expectations? It has on mine to a degree with how nice the cards look and the selection, but it's still kind of a joke of a set that has some really nice looking cards, and that grabs my attention.